When I interviewed Ladd, he mentioned that that they went over to the McDonald's house a lot, where Mob James and Buntry and them were, and that's where they always were. And he said they were regulars over there, go there to talk.
In the garage, they turned that garage in the back into like a party house. If you wanted to find a Mile Pyru, you go there. Not so much looters. Some looters cats would come.
Detached garage in the back became like a little party shack.
Yeah, there you go. It was a party, and that's when Suge started hanging with them, because Suge, played football and all that. And until he started getting into that record stuff, that he started hanging with Pyru, with James and them, because he wasn't no banger, never was. He was a big dude, but he wasn't no banger.
Right.
I stayed on top of him a lot, because my mama and daddy and a couple of my sisters lived in the house 2 doors from them. So I made sure it wasn't nothing crazy coming from there over to the house, which eventually did. We got my sister and them out of here when they shot this dude, and he ended up on the porch of my mama and them house.
Well, what happened?
The dude that was supposed to be responsible for killing Vincent Buchanan, and he was showing the tape or something at a bunch of them house. Well, he eventually got shot. Them guys caught up with him right there near Bunch of them house, and he ran the 2 doors over and shot and fell on a thing. That's what got my family out of there right there. So
that was the last straw.
Yeah, that was it. My sister, who was living there, said, The next thing I know, they moved to Hemet. they got
away from
it, which was good. But I'm saying prior to that, for about James and them growing up from about 14 up until 20-something, they lived next door to mom. And they took care of my mom and dad. They looked out for my daddy, and mama. Them and all them Pyrus did, because they knew that was my family and stuff. So I had no qualms. And by myself, walk in the back where they were smoking their weed, whatever they doing, and dealing with who I wanted to do, or pull out who I wanted to pull out. That was common.
Did you have any interaction with any of the NWA guys, Dre and Eazy-E and them?
Where I met them and started dealing with them was Alonzo Williams, who started the Wrecking Crew with Dre and all of them, who first formed them, used to give record hops and stuff. And they first, I think they started at the bowling alley doing the record hops or something next door Woodley Look. But then they moved over to Doodles.
So doing like shows?
I'm sorry?
Doing like shows?
Shows, yeah, there you go. They would do it at the things with entertainers, up and coming rappers. That's when rappers really started building up with the hip hop stuff. But then they moved over to Doodles, which was a big recording studio where Dootsy Williams used to record. Sam Cooke, all of them used to record there. They turned that into a place to have shows.
Sam Cooke did?
Oh yeah, back in the 50s.
Wow, I know Sam Cooke, and he got killed in Watts, coincidentally.
No, he got killed on Figueroa, I think.
I thought it was Watts for some reason. Down there,
it was close.
South Central, somewhere
It was
down
on Watts and Imperial.
Yeah.
I think she threw some grits on him or something else. But anyway, no, Sam Cooke, daddy killed him. I'm thinking of another.
Oh no, Sam. That was Marvin Gaye's.
Marvin Gaye's daddy. Okay,
Sam Cooke. And that was Adam's district.
I know
my Hollywood history, man.
Oh yeah, that Joe Biden.
Sam Cooke was killed by the manager of a hotel.
Right, on Figueroa, where they had a hotel row right off Imperial. That was Marvin Gaye's daddy killed him. Yeah. But anyway, getting back to Alonzo Williams' cousin was a cop with us, Philip Bailey, rest his soul. But Philip Bailey wanted to hire us, mainly my gang people and us, because the shows in the hip hop were drawing Crips and Pyrus at the same trying to get along to enjoy the show, but always was one in the audience or something that's gonna start some mess, either over a girl, over sets or something, and there'd be a big fight. So to keep all that down, if they saw us there, like Ladd or Brendan, myself, or off-duty other cops, Fred, and different people, Philip, they knew us. So they if they were gonna hassle, they take it out and then take it down. So that's how, and I got to meet them. That's when I first met Dre. And then I realized Eazy-E, last name was Wright, and I used to tease him about being my illegitimate son. But he wasn't no banger either. None of them, none of them cats. They were all about, they'll talk. We used to call them studio gangsters or wax gangsters or some on wax. But anyhow, that was my interaction with them. And I did a couple of security, especially at that big video that Easy did before he died, when he was dissing some cats from Nutty Block. They were dissing some cats from Nutty Block and stuff. And I almost did his security for him because to keep them Pyrus for coming over and big mess or something. But that's all I knew about Easy.
Sure,
really.
sure.
And Dre and them, you know, through the Wrecking Crew.
Yep.
When they did, NWA did that fuck the police and all that, cops didn't like the idea.
Nope.
My local cops, my co-worker cops didn't like us, dealing with, but they didn't understand.
Because of fuck the police?
Yeah. Because
like, why are you helping them?
How can you be talking to them? They talking about fuck the police. Yeah, they studio banging. They whack. But I had to deal with them and keep them from killing each other.